Finally, at exactly 9 o'clock, Mike's dad came out, said nothing, and signaled for Robert to enter his office. After Robert came into the room, Mike's dad sat behind a desk and motioned for Robert to sit down across from him, saying,
"I understand you want a raise, or you're going to quit."
Well, you're not keeping your end of the bargain. You said that you would teach me if I worked for you. I've worked hard. I've given up my softball games to work for you, and you don't keep your word. You haven't taught me anything. You're a crook, like everyone in town thinks you are. You're greedy, you want all the money, and don't take care of your employees. You make me wait and don't show me any respect. I'm only a little boy, and I deserve to be treated better.
Not bad. In less than a month, you sound like most of my employees.
What? I thought you were going to keep your end of the bargain and teach me.
I am teaching you.
What have you taught me? Nothing. You haven't even talked to me once since I agreed to work for peanuts. 10 cents an hour? Ha! I should notify the government about you. We have child labor laws, you know. My dad works for the government.
Now you sound just like most of the people who used to work for me. People I've either fired or they've quit. How do you know that I've not taught you anything?
Well, you've never talked to me. I've worked for 3 weeks and you haven't taught me a thing.
Does teaching mean talking or lecturing to you? That's how they teach you in school, but that's not how life teaches you. And I would say that life is the best teacher of all. You boys are the first people who have ever asked me to teach them how to make money. I have more than 150 employees, and not one of them has asked me what I know about money. So most will spend the best years of their lives working for money, but not really understanding what it is they're working for. So when Mike told me about you wanting to learn to make money, I decided to design a course that was close to real life. That's why I only paid you 10 cents.
So what's the lesson I learned from working for only 10 cents an hour? That you're cheap and take advantage of your workers?
See, you think I'm the problem. That's what most people do when they find they can't pay their bills. They blame their boss for not paying them enough and go looking for a better job.
So what am I supposed to do? Just take this measly 10 cents an hour and smile?
That's what the other people do. Just accept a paycheck and wait for a raise, thinking that more money will solve the problem. Just look at your dad. He makes a lot of money, and he still can't pay his bills.
So what do I do then?
Pointing to his own head, Mike's dad says,
You need to start using this, the stuff between your ears. I have kept my promise. I've been teaching you from afar. At 9 years old, you've gotten a taste of what it feels like to work for money. Just multiply your last month by 50 years, and you'll have an idea of what most people spend their lives doing. How did you feel waiting in line to see me?
Terrible.
And how did you feel when Mrs. Martin dropped 3 dimes in your hand for 3 hours' work?
I felt like it wasn't enough. It seemed like nothing. I was disappointed.
That's how most employees feel when they look at their paychecks, especially after all the tax and other deductions are taken out. At least you got 100%.
You mean most workers don't get paid everything?
Heavens no. The government takes its share first. You're taxed when you spend. You're taxed when you save. You're taxed when you die. As I said, there's a lot to learn. Learning how to have money work for you is a lifetime study. So, do you still have the passion to learn?
You bet.
Good. Now get back to work. This time, I will pay you nothing.
What?
You heard me. Nothing. You'll work the same 3 hours every Saturday, but this time you won't be paid 10 cents per hour. You said you wanted to learn not to work for money, so I'm not going to pay you.